We have an inlet pipe that provides 4 gallons a minute more than a second pipe and 6 gallons a minute less than a third pipe. Together they provide 50 gallons per minute. How much does these provide? First thing, these are all the same, gallons per minute, gallons per minute, gallons per minute. Always check. Sometimes they might trick you and be half and half, so always be watching for that. Now, we are trying to figure out how much each of these are going to provide. So I'm going to label my variables here. If I look through my problem and I sort, I'm going to be sorting. And so then this is my first inlet pipe, right? And then Y is my second and Z is my third. Now I'm not going to actually end up with 3 variables I have to solve for, but this is going to help me sort my equations, okay? And get it down to one I can solve. So when I look at this, I can see this inlet pipe provides 4 more than a second pipe and 6 less than a third. And together they supply 50 gallons a minute. This is my, information. And then this here, this is what I want to find out. How much does each? So I want an answer for each of these. I want to know what each of these equals. That's also why I've got this written up here. So this first one, so X equals, let's see, 4 gallons a minute more than a second pipe. So that means that it's Y plus 4. Okay. Then this one here, 6 gallons less than a third. So X equals, it's 6 less than the third, so Z minus 6. Now, I want to be able to equate an equation. I also know that X plus Y plus Z equals 50. This is what I know translated. This is what I've just figured out, right? But I don't want to have to try to figure out all those different variables. I want to be able to put stuff in here. Well, X is what I've got my basis on, right? That's in all of these. So I'm going to keep this, and I want this Y. I want to replace it with something. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to rewrite this, practice those things, for Y equals, let's see here, X minus 4. So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides, and I'm going to do that. Then here, I'm going to rearrange this, and I'm going to get Z equals X plus 6. And I can come down here, and my X stays the same, but this Y becomes X minus 4, and the Z becomes X plus 6. And I'm going to equal 50. So what I've done is I've rearranged all these. I've used all my cool skills I've learned from this section to turn this into an equation I can now solve. So then I'm going to get 3x plus, let's see here, 2, because negative 4 equals 50. So then 3x equals, let's see, minus 2 from both sides, 48. X equals 16. And you can do that in your calculator. I do 48 divided by 3 enough. I know that. So that's this first one. So I come up here, inlet pipe first. It provides 16 gallons per minute. And remember, of course, to label. The second one then, that's going to be, it says it is, to get Y, I subtract 4, right? Gallon per minute. So I'm using this equation I solved for earlier to find my answers. And this is also why it's important to have these solved, because it's going to make this much easier. Okay. It was like it wanted to put me up in the X, but I didn't want to be there. Okay, so then I'm going to do X plus, so 16 plus 4 is 20 gallons per minute. And of course, if I add all these up, 22, I can add 16 plus 6, 12, carry the 2. Also, how I caught that mistake too was in my head, I was adding these 3 up knowing I needed to get 50. And I knew I wasn't going to get 50 there, okay, because I was only getting 8. So I knew I was too short. So 6 plus 2 plus 2 is an even 10, carry the 1. So I've got 2, 3, 4, carried the 1, 50. So I know it's true. So my final solution here, I always like to write it up in a complete sentence, is that the first inlet pipe provides 16 gallons per minute, the second 12 gallons per minute, and the third 22 gallons per minute. By writing this up, it helps me go through the process of checking, making sure everything makes sense.